So David and Natalie, another one of my absolute favourites. But why is he not Prime Minister yet? And that dance around number 10, and it's kind of a flirtation, like she gives him an extra biscuit. You know, it's her ex was horrible to her, and you know, she's Tiffany from EastEnders, she's from the East End. Okay, I know she's not, I know she's Natalie, but still, she's Tiffany from EastEnders. And she always will be, always and forever. But I just think, for me, there's something so special about their relationship. The fact that it's a slow burn and that things get misconstrued, seen the wrong way, and that he sticks up for her and sticks up for the country by telling the American president off and putting him in his place. And let's face it, quite a few American presidents have needed to be put in their place. Current one accepted. You know, I just, like, it's just a good moment. It's like, haha, screw you. We're going to put you in our place. We're not going to bow down to bullies. And it's just one of those moments, like, I think we've all had it where something looks like something it's not, and then you're trying desperately to, you know, say to that person that you like, look, it wasn't this. It's you are like, I don't like them. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that kind of person. But it's when you're in those really early stages of the relationship. And I just love that they get caught at the nativity. I mean, there's something so British about, like, the nativity play, and yeah, having the Prime Minister getting caught there snogging the face off someone. Hadn't happened yet, but who knows. I mean, Bojo's got however many millions of children with however many millions of women. Could happen. Wouldn't put it past him at this rate. Maybe he would copy Love, actually. But I also love in David and Natalie's story that he goes along every house in her road and he sings Christmas carols. And wouldn't that just be amazing if the Prime Minister came round and showed up on your doorstep and sung Christmas carols to you? I mean, what more could you want, really? What a great Prime Minister. And what a great thing to do for the person you're interested in, for the person you love. But you don't know where they live, so you just go and knock on everyone's door on their street until you find them. I just think it's great, it's lovely, it's heartwarming. On to Daniel and Sam, and Joanna and Karl, their respective women in their lives. I loved it, because I think this particular little arc, this particular little story, it encompasses different kinds of loves. It's the love between a father and a son, or a parent and child, step-parent and child, and grief, and then falling in love again, or the grief and the loss of love, and then young love as well. Oh, it's like a nice little multifaceted story that gives you different kinds of love in it. And I think the relationship between Daniel and Sam, Liam Neeson, I mean, I've always had a soft spot for Liam Neeson. I think he is great as Daniel. And Sam was so cute, he was such a cute little boy. I think he grows up to be in the Maze Runner or something. And I love their relationship, how they bond, how they're bonded, and how Daniel is really, really involved in helping Sam get what he wants. And I love that Sam is so committed and so willing to win Joanna over that he learned how to play the drums. I mean, that's so cool, and he's only, what, 10, 11? I don't know how old he is. He's some age. But I just think that is so lovely. That's so sweet to be at such a young age, so willing to go that far for love. It can be in the end of year show just to impress the girl you fancy, or the girl you love in his case. And the fact that his dad, or his stepdad, is willing to support him in that. Daniel isn't like, no, you should be grieving for your mum. He's like, right, what can we do? How can we do this? Right, I know. Learn how to play the drum so you can be in the end of year. When you don't manage to speak to her at school, let us drive you to the airport. Let's run through the airport, like they do in films. Actually, this was post 9/11. So how movie magic artistic license, But again, this is Rowan Atkinson's character acting as the Christmas angel, as it were, because he is at security and he's looking for something, so he holds up things and distracts the guards so that little Sam can run through security, get to the gate. How he knew which gate it was, who knows, because I'm assuming this is Heathrow, which is massive. Adult romance, they did young romance as well, because young people fall in love as well, even when you're that young, and it's so much more innocent, it's so much more carefree when you're at that age. Sarah, Karl and Michael. Sarah, I mean, I think we've all been that person, we've all been Sarah, who's had a crush on someone from afar for a very, very long time. And then when she finally kind of makes her move on him and they hit it off and she brings him home and she goes into the hallway and into the stairs and she has that like moment. Who hasn't had that moment when they finally, like, whether internally or whether you go and hide and have the like actual oh my god moment, like, oh, I love it. I think that is probably one of the most realistic bits in the film, because A, she's had a crush on him for so long, for so many years, and B, the fact that he likes her back. I mean, how many times do these things happen when the person that you've had a crush on for however many millions of years actually likes you back when you finally do something about it? Like, that's so lovely. I think that that he likes her back. But it's also got a little, this bit has a little bit of a sad twinge to it. But then I think it's showing another kind of love. It's showing the love that you have for your siblings. And it's showing that love between siblings, which is, you know, you grow up with your siblings. It's a hard, once you've got that bond, it's a fairly hard bond to break. And obviously, as you know, Michael does have extra needs, and you know, he calls her when he's agitated or when he needs her, and she can't say no to him. And it's, in a way, it's so heartbreaking that she can't say no to him and that he needs her so much that she almost can't get on with the rest of her life because she's looking after him so much. But in a way, it's so lovely that she loves her brother that much that she's willing to put him before herself and before her own needs. I think that selflessness, that again is love. I think love is so many different things, but love is putting the person you love before yourself, no matter what kind of love it is. It could be romantic love, or it could be, you know, sibling love. Sometimes you need to put the person that you love in whatever way that you love them before yourself, and that's what we see Sarah do. And as heartbreaking as it is, because how gorgeous is Karl, and she's had a crush on him for so long that it's just but then at the same time it's almost so lovely to see that. And you know what, I kind of think maybe the sex with Karl would have been really disappointing, would have been really anticlimactic, because he looks amazing. And she's had, I'm guessing, a lot of fantasies about him over these 4 years. And then it's finally happening. What if it happens and it's just does not live up to her expectations and it's a major disappointment? At least this way, she never has to go through that disappointment. The thought of something is so much better than the actual reality of it. So I really hope for Sarah that the thought of Karl was better than the reality of him. Good old Colin and Tony and their American girls. I actually think this is the most unrealistic story in love, actually, because genuinely I don't think Americans like the British accent that much. That they're maybe not that good looking, maybe a bit of a dick. You know, there's a reason he can't get a girl in the UK. I'm just putting it that way. Just putting it out there. And yeah, that whole like having to share a bed thing or whatever with the American girls. What else? That is a nice funny story. It's a bit of a comic interlude, isn't it, that one? It's a bit of the comic relief, because some of the other stories are a little bit, they're sad and they break your heart in a way. Whereas I think Colin and Tony and going to America, you know, that's a comic relief. And I love that of all the places in America, he goes to Wisconsin. I mean, I have travelled America quite a lot. I spent a weekend in Wisconsin. I spent most of it in Starbucks watching YouTube videos. Judy, John and Judy. Oh, I kind of love this story because it's Stacey from Gavin and Stacey, actually. And I think Judy and John's relationship is so cute. It's so funny the way they met. And I think it's really, like, he thinks of putting, you know, what are they, stunt doubles, body doubles? Body doubles. Using body doubles in a film and them meeting and falling in love. I think it's so unique. I don't think it's ever been done in a film before. I'm not sure it ever will be again, but it's really unique and it's really sweet, their storyline, because, you know, they meet at work, they have chats, they get along. It's really cute. It's, again, another one of those slow burners. None of these are really like hit you in the face. They're all kind of slow burners in Love Actually. And yeah, it's just, I think it's amazing. At the end, when someone's like, where did you meet? And they kind of look at each other a bit shiftily, like, not going to be like, oh yeah, we met on set for, what is it, a porn film or something they're doing. I don't know, or body doubles. They're like, we're body doubles, we were naked when we met. But I love that he's really cute and he warms up his hands for her and stuff. And they're just like, I think it was really brave roles for both of them to take on. I mean, like love scenes or whatever. There's another thing where that's like literally your character is naked in 90% of the film. I think, like, I applaud them for that. I think that's really brave. That's really cool. And someone in the most bizarre situations, and situations you'd never expect, you'd never think of. And again, theirs is just a really cute, slow burner love story. You know, he asks her out when they're in the middle of recreating some scene. And she's like, yeah, why not? Because that is perfectly normal to them. That's their day-to-day. That's what they do. That's their job. So as normal as it might look to us in a unique situation, that's like everyday, mundane, chatting in the kitchen kind of work life for them. And I think it's really cute. I love it. I just think Joanna Page also is a brilliant actress. And she deserves to be in way more things and way better known than she is. So those are my opinions on all the characters, story arcs in, or the little threads that run through Love Actually. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have as nice a Christmas as you can do.